And we are live! Hello and welcome everyone to episode 13 of Mists of Ravenloft. Things are getting definitely not spooky. Psh, what is this, gothic horror?
No.
That'd be ridiculous. But no, we are playing Mists of Ravenloft. We're gonna go around before I do the episode recap, say who we are and who we'll be playing, and we're gonna start with, start with Ron.
Okay, I'm Shiny Pilot playing Ron Wesley, and excited to play Ron. Been a bit.
Who is Ron?
Ron is the very new to life teenage redheaded wizard. He is learning life's experiences. He's got his group with him that's guiding him along the way. Some members are like his parents, other members are like his fun uncle, and he's just starting to experience the cool things in life through them, and I look forward to playing him tonight.
Awesome. And below our lovely little wizard boy, we've got Mr. Magnus Deepshaft. Hello.
Hello, I'm D20 Coup de Grace, and I'm playing Magnus Deepshaft, the Dwarven Paladin. He's a prince and the de facto leader of this party.
Obviously. 100%. Yeah, that makes total sense.
And I'm excited to get into it.
Awesome. I love the hype so far. Speaking of hype, we've got Ambara.
Hello, I'm at Nugatosaurus. I'm playing Ambara Vanastra, the Divine Soul Sorceress, who recently revealed some things about herself last episode. So we'll see how that goes over. And yes, let us commence this swamp of doom.
Yes, it's only a swamp of doom. It's fine. It's only the Lord of the Dead running around in here.
No worries.
Yeah, we got Mr. Elam Dewood Jr. How are you today, sir?
Oh my goodness, I'm fabulous. Good evening, everyone. My name is Elam Dewood Jr. I'm a simple man who likes simple things. The thrill of the hunt, dressing a clean kill, and lying down in a field of bluebonnets, sipping black coffee under a purple sunset, which is something I haven't done since I lost my family to vampires and escaped the only town I've ever known in a manure truck, and now I'm picking around in the swamp with these weirdos. Let's rock.
Awesome. Love the enthusiasm tonight. Y'all are just ready. We're so hyped. Merrick.
How am I supposed to follow that, really? I'm Deception Check, the guy that's not laying down in a field of blue flowers drinking coffee after the death of his family to vampires. I'm just a nut pirate that sails the seas, not so much anymore after a soul crack and destroyed our last ship. But, there's a port here, and, well, Merrick Tenpenny, being the pirate that he is ready to procure a ship for all of us so we get the fuck out of here.
Excellent. Currently, you guys are on a very small boat, a raft, really, with Captain Sunkissed, and you guys fought some logs last week. Let's just start at the beginning. Y'all were at sea, trying to figure out how to survive in this tiny little boat, like a 6-person boat, real small. Magnus made an excellent fishing net, and then Elam caught a bunch of fish in it. Magnus said he could purify the water, but then fog rolled in. Some mists, as thick as peanut butter or pea soup, whichever you prefer. And you guys found yourself in a swamp? It's a bit of a change from the high seas, and you're not sure how long you were in the mists. Could have been hours, could have been a whole day. Not really sure. But you found yourself in a swamp, and you sailed through. Fought some logs. Alligators? Magnus is pretty sure they were all just logs. He's making some log skin boots. Y'all also ate some of the log gator. It was delicious, tasted like chicken. And you stumbled across an interesting group of travelers. They were wearing brightly colored clothing. They had a wagon and cart. And they called themselves Vistani. Their daughter of the too old Vistani couple that was there with their grandkids and son and daughter was apparently a seer, and they offered to have your fortunes read. Everyone got some fortune readings done and had very interesting results of said fortune readings. And yeah, you guys had watch that night. A very heavy, thick sleep came upon Merrick and his watch, and when he woke up, the Vistani were gone, but there was an extra bottle of wine left by the campfire.
Nice of them.
So apparently they had left in the night early eager to get on their travels, perhaps? Hard to say. Merrick and Ambara had a bit of a conversation, and now it's morning and everyone else is kind of just waking up.
Is it flooded to the point where it's an island, or is it a peninsula right now?
It's a bit more of a peninsula right now. It's still like swampy water, so it's not like completely solid land, but it's not like heavy or thick or anything. It'd be like ankle deep.
Merrick takes that second bottle of Red Dragon Crush and slides it into his pack before waking anyone else.
I
Magnus,
watch him do this because I'm also awake.
whenever it is
Right.
you wake up, you find there's a small brightly colored kerchief, kind of like next to your pillow. And inside of it is that gold coin you'd paid them with a little note that said, "Fortune readings, no charge." So they gave you the money back.
Nope. I can't accept this. I paid them. I do not accept negative refunds.
Sir, what happened? You look startled awake.
We have to find the Vistani.
That might be difficult. There are no tracks.
I suppose I'll hold on to this coin until I see them again.
Oh, sir, let me hold it for you. Here, I'll put it with the others.
No. It would taint the other coins.
I can put it in a different pouch.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I'll take care of it with my life.
Lovely.
And so there's no tracks at all.
No, sir. Everything is like they were never here. Feel free to look for yourself, sir.
Well, I suppose we'll get back on the boat. Keep going towards Waterdeep.
I think we need to go to the city first. Get some provisions. Move towards a larger ship.
The city?
Yes, sir.
Larger ship, yes. That would be a faster transport. What would be the easiest way to the city then?
That way.
He starts walking that direction.
Sir,
What?
some of the others haven't awakened yet. Perhaps you could wait a moment.
Okay. Let's see. How do I rudely awaken everyone? Let's see.
Bron's gonna be laying there with his hat pulled over his face, just like just out cold hat over top of it. Dead to the world.
I want to thunderous smite a stump.
Oh,
That's very loud. And
Wake up!
Ron's pulled up, goes screaming, "Oh, under attack! Under attack!" Oh! He's gonna like be flailing and running around the camp with his head, yelling at everybody to wake up. Under attack! Under attack!
Oh, football practice.
And he's gonna like calm down and look and be like,
Morning, everyone! We have to be going to the city now.
"Where's the people attacking us?"
Yes, Magnus, sir. Where are all the people that were attacking us? They ran off towards the city.
Wait, the city's that direction? The people that are attacking us are that direction.
At the city? I don't want to go there.
No, he's pointing the opposite direction.
Oh, okay. Okay, but maybe we should go to the city before they get us.
Exactly. Come on now, let's go.
Ron's gonna wake up and start hurriedly grabbing his stuff. He's gonna notice the Vistani are gone, right? So
Yep.
it'll kind of go, "Where'd they go? Did they get attacked?"
They
No,
left in the morning.
I believe they bespelled me during the night and disappeared at that time.
They dispelled you?
Bespelled. Yes, bespelled. Cast a spell. They made some magics.
Oh, so they were wizards too.
Or something. Maybe.
Ooh. Okay, well, let's keep going before we get attacked. Ron's gonna keep packing all his stuff really hardly.
Okay.
Take your time.
Come on.
Watching you do that, put myself together, like completely convinced that you guys are full of shit. But if this is what it's going to take to get the kid moving, all right, fine. All right. Elam gathers his effects, and gets ready to walk.
Okay.
You guys are now.
Yes. So it looks like there's a lake up ahead. That the Vistani told you that there's a lake, and then there's gonna be we're gonna want to take the southern kind of rivulet off of that lake to get to pretty much where the town is of Marius de Tarascon. So you guys load up into the boat.
Sure.
Checks on the
Yes.
captain. See how he's doing this morning.
He slept in the boat last night, even though he hates water. He kind of pulled it to short, tethered it a bit. He's like, he likes the boat better than the swamps because the boat's drier than the swamps are. So he's fine. He's getting the boat ready to go.
That poor cat.
Gone through so
Been
much.
through a lot.
He's been through a lot.
All right, so we head towards the lake there, take the other rivulet off of it, and that should lead us to the city.
And there we will find a boat to take us to Waterdeep.
No, sir. Then we find a path to the port, which is another city.
So many steps to this journey. He just shakes his head.
Good for you.
Reminded of an old saying, a journey of 1,000 steps begins with one.
Oh, we've done more than one, I assure you.
Oh, then we're halfway there already.
All right. So y'all load up into the boat. You start paddling out. Kind of like pushing with the rods because you got a stick, and you're kind of it's shallow enough mostly to kind of just use the sail a little bit to catch what small breeze there is, and then push away from the shore with the big stick. And you guys kind of pass. You actually pass what looks like an old mile marker, kind of sticking halfway in out of the swamp. It looks like maybe there was a road here at some point, but it's been long put underneath water, and there's like a sign kind of stuck to it haphazardly and weathered with age, and it says Lac Noir. And you get out and you see there's a big lake, and it's very dark in color. The water's almost black.
Loch Noir.
Mhm.
That like a local plant, local wildlife, some kind.
That's what I'm guessing. I see lots of plants I haven't seen before.
There's a lot.
I would suggest that we don't go towards the center of this lake. Let's stay near the shore.
Yes, please.
I do believe that the Vistoni said that we had to go southeast, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
What
So-
would be the fastest way southeast?
Well, crossing the lake.
Okay, we're going right through the center then.
Sir, I do have to be putting you in your place here. While on the ship, the captains be the lead, whether you run the boat or not. And either it be I or Captain Sunkist. If you don't like it, feel free to swim. And he leans over and gives him a kiss on the forehead. Sorry, sir, I had to put you in your place.
Like the veil.
Along the shore it will be.
I'm mad now.
Couldn't tell. Sunkist just kind of pushes along a little further.
That too will pass.
He's just gonna look out at the lake. Where they should be going. He's looking at the center of the lake.
I want to put you in so bad.
Can if you wanna.
No.
You sure?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I would do that. Merrick wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay. All right, so you guys cross this lake. This is a huge lake. You'd gather that it's going to take you most of the day, especially because you're hugging the shoreline. You're going to get to the other side. You see the little rivulet that she had talked about. You see that there's one kind of heading northeast and one southeast. And so it's a little more north than northeast, and then the one in the southeast that she was talking about. So you head towards that, and it takes you most of the day. You reach the rivulet, kind of by evening. It's early evening. The sun isn't setting yet because apparently it's summertime here. It's very warm, very sticky, lots of bugs. And as you guys are going, and it's getting a little darker outside, I need everyone to make me perception checks.
Perception.
Yes, perception checks, please.
I don't see a thing. None of us see anything. Come on, someone roll out a single digits,
All
please.
blind.
Oh my
Elam,
God.
save us.
Elam,
Save
save
us,
us.
Elam, save us. Oh, okay, double
Double
digits.
digits! That's good. You spotted the best. Congratulations.
The great hunter finds his way.
The Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant. Sorry, no more football jokes the rest of the night. Go ahead.
All right.
That was baseball.
Come on, Frank.
All right. Elim, you're looking around. It's getting darker outside. And you see what looks like a light. Kind of like in the swamp a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is that at 12 o'clock there? In front of the what position?
It's like
in-
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like very casually walk over to Merrick, stick my elbow, and I elbow him.
What?
1 o'clock.
No, I think it's closer to 9.
No, and I like put my hand on the top of your head, turn your head. 1 o'clock. Light in the dark.
Is that towards the middle of the lake?
No, actually, you guys are at the rivulet now, and it's further in the swamp.
Oh, further in the swamp, in the direction we're going.
In the direction you're going, yes.
Is it a singular light or like an aura on the horizon?
It's not as much an aura on the horizon as you would expect from a city, but maybe like lights from a house. You kind of see a couple soft glows. And it's forward and up. Like 1 o'clock and then up a bit.
That might be a house or manor or some sort.
Anybody have to use the restroom? Everybody all right? Anybody?
Of course I have to use the restroom.
Magnus has to pee. All right, stop screaming for the love of goodness sakes. You're going to give away our position. Magnus has to pee. Anybody else? No?
I'm good.
What do you think? You want to check it out?
Aye.
Does that mean we all have to go with you?
No, Ronnie, you can stay in the boat if you'd like. We're going to pull over right here, quick pit stop. And
Rod vigorously nods his head like, yep.
you hold down the fort. Ambara, you want to keep an eye on Ronnie for a second?
Oh, would you like to come with?
Would prefer to go with, thank you.
Right.
I knew you were going to say that.
Your job, if you don't want to come with us, will be to make sure Captain Sunkist is safe. That is a very important job.
Okay.
Excellent. Do us proud, sir.
Yeah, you guys are kind of making the boat through the swamp, and yeah, you're definitely pretty sure that, you know, it's definitely brighter than a single lantern. It's not as bright as the glow of a city. And it seems a little bit of warm and inviting in this, as it's gotten darker. The air's turned less from sticky warm to sticky cool. It's damp, cold kind of air. Kind of look up, and your boat, kind of slowly glides in the water towards it. And you can see that this is a house. You see that light is spilling from its 2 front windows and a wide open door. It's like the size of a hut. It's not very large, but it's suspended in the air above the surface of the swamp. Its reflection shimmering in the dark waters below it. Appears to be on stilts too, obviously, because swamp. It's about, 20 feet away from you guys. What do you do?
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Should we announce ourselves, you think?
Yes, we'll announce it when we get up there.
Yeah, this one's got a pee. Let's see if they've got a bathroom. Hey, ho! What ho?
Um,
The hell are you saying there, Elam?
What oh.
I mean, this isn't a brothel.
You say no. You say ho, like hey, I'm here. Ho, ho. Get horses to slow down. Going ho.
No, that's whoa.
Oh. You could say either one.
You could say hail the house.
The word ho has many different meanings where I am from. Okay, this is a local colloquial thing. You wouldn't understand it. The point is,
Obviously.
are they looking? Hey, hello.
all right. You guys are getting a little bit closer. You're now about 10 feet away. And suddenly a rope ladder drops from the doorway. You don't see anyone stepping into the light to greet you, but the ladder appears to be constructed of wooden steps and thick rope. It's fairly new in construction. It doesn't look old or like gross or anything. The last step hangs just above the surface of the fetid swamp water,
Yeah.
and you can easily climb up.
I quickly do so.
All right. Hi, darling. So you climb up. Inside, this little house has only one room. And you can see why the light was so bright. Once you get inside, there's more than 24 lanterns hanging from pegs on the wall and sitting on the warped floor. To the right of the door, you see some unopened boxes that have neatly been stacked against the wall. And there's an open-topped barrel sitting beside the boxes. It looks like it has fresh water in it. In the center of the room, facing the door, is a young man. He's sitting there with he's sitting cross-legged with a lantern on his lap. He looks about maybe a little older than Ron's age, maybe a year or two older. He's not a teenager. He's unusually thin and pale, and he has long blonde hair that hangs down to his shoulders. He has a simple shirt and pants. They appear fresh and clean. And he also has a small book in his lap next to the lantern. He doesn't make any movement to get up or greet you, but he just kind of looks up at you as you enter.
Where's your pisser?
Best way to open a conversation.
I'm sorry.
Kind of just cocks his head and looks at you.
Just kind of cock my head back.
Okay. Does anyone climb up behind Magnus?
Can I be next?
Yes, you can be next. You see, Matt, you heard Magnus utter that. And then you see him cock his head, and then you see Magnus cock his head.
I like see these two staring at one another, and do I see how pale and thin this young man is?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna stand there squinting at him until Merrick climbs up.
Eric follows shortly after.
Umbara will follow Marek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like one of those, like, swamp houses where there's, like, that kind of wrap around, like, extra, like, balcony without the railing kind of rounds the whole porch so you can get to maintenance on the outside easily. And y'all are standing on that. Magnus is just inside the doorway staring at this kid.
Hello there.
He looks at you.
I've got my hand on the butt of my crossbow.
Uh-huh.
Do you speak a language of some sort, or do you just like staring at people and stand on your doorstep?
He'll kind of pick up his book a little bit, look down in it, hold it to himself, and say, "The on descent shall evil of night the land. At near is signs of hexad when this hand." And then he kind of like blinks a couple seconds, and then he'll kind of like put his book back down.
The fuck?
Paul is dead.
Does anyone speak poet?
It's backwards.
I'm pretty sure they were words.
No, he's talking backwards. Said something about a hand. Talk normal, son. Flip that around. Hand? Something?
Hand when this hexad of signs is near at.
When this hand of signs is near hex?
Can I look at your book, son?
He kind of, cautiously holds it out to you.
I'll open the book and see what he was reading.
Okay, you open the book, and the book is a,
Kills you right there.
it's a collection of children's poems. He just hands it to you. He looks a little
kill you.
curious. Every poem is a short rhyme, similar to the confused kind of verses he's uttering. The first page contains an inscription. It says, "To Luke, my beloved brother," and it's signed Marcel.
I'll look over him like, Luke.
He's kind of like stared off to the distance, but as soon as you say his name, he looks.
Ah, all right. Yeah, I've seen things like this. People left and lost on islands for quite some time, or children whose parents didn't quite survive, but they are resilient folk and do. There's something missing here, I think, in the little brain pan this boy has.
Well, it looks like he's starving. Perhaps you should feed him, but I'm gonna go find somewhere to take care of this.
Off the edge. Just go around the side of the building.
Don't watch me!
It's a swamp. You can pee anywhere you want, buddy. I was just messing with him.
Ambara, you know a bit of medicine, don't you? You heal occasionally.
I know how to heal. I don't know how to treat, if that makes sense. I can try.
Elam is
Might be-
pissing off the edge of the dock right now.
It might be worth it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the boy, I guess. Can I, like, put my hands, like I kind of did with Felix?
Yeah,
And put my hands...
You reach out for him, and initially he's kind of like a little shy, but he lets you touch him, no problem.
Okay, yeah,
He
I'll
doesn't
put, like,
struggle
my
or
hand
anything. Yeah.
on his temples or whatever, and I'm gonna reach out to the weave and see if there's anything wrong with his brain.
All right, give me
Don't know
that
if this works.
Arcana check. Reach out to the weave.
Touch, weave.
6.
6. It's hard to tell. You're kind of tired. This place is weird, but
Don't like it.
you don't get anything like major popping up. Like you're not like warning, possessed by demons or anything. You just, it just seems like a kid,
Yeah.
teenager.
Can I make, like, an intelligence check or something to try and figure out what he was saying?
Sure. Give me an intelligence check.
I hand him his book back.
He takes it.
Oh god, that was a mistake. I have a 12 intelligence.
It's okay. You can make a check. You never know.
10.
Jumbled verses of some of his poems. He's definitely, it seems like he's reciting something,
Okay.
but it's jumbled.
Okay.
Do we still have more of that crocodile meat? I'm sorry, log meat.
Yes, you have a little bit of log meat left. Give me a perception check, Merrick, because you're inside the hut.
Okay.
Yes, Elam?
While he's doing that, Elam has a decent investigation and also has lived on his own for a long time. Can I assess whether or not this young man is actually living at this location and eating and like how he's managing to stay alive?
Give me give me a survival or an investigation to kind of like see.
Survival then. Hey now.
All right. With your perception check, Merrick, you notice that there is a barrel of open water, fresh, clean water, and several boxes of unopened boxes, but they are labeled as rations. And Elam, It looks like he's wearing clean clothing. His hair's a little greasy. It looks like it hasn't been washed in a few days, but his clothes are fairly clean. You would assume that based on the age of this house, that it's been here for a little while. And you see several empty cans of oil to refill the lanterns. So you would assume he's been here for at least a couple of weeks. Probably at least a week or two. But someone is either he's taking care of himself or someone's coming to check up on him.
And it's like a small house with a dock.
Not much as a dock, as it's got like that, like a lot of swamp houses, they'll have like the border around the outside, and it's a rope ladder that went down. You can easily tie the boat to one of the legs, though.
Gotcha. Okay. Copy.
And so yeah, that's what you each notice.
So and it's evening, right? It's not dark.
Yeah, it's getting darker outside. It's getting dark pretty fast. There's enough room if you guys all want to stay here for the night.
Try to gauge my companions here. I like look at Ambara and try to gauge the look on her face, see if she's ready to get out of here or attempt to negotiate staying here.
She's probably looking more confused than anything else. She's like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Like we're gauging how much she hates it. Like she's going to hate it no matter what. But is it a large level of hate, or is it a manageable hate we can work with?
Well, the child doesn't give her an uneasy feeling, so it's kind of like a minor hate.
Yeah, and also Merrick, with your with your perception, you would note that the enough boxes of rations here to feed everybody for like at least a week. Like there's plenty of food here. Yeah, yes, Ron.
I was just gonna say, meanwhile, Ron's chilling at the boat with Captain Sunkist, and he kind of looks at the captain. He's like, "Do you think they're okay?"
I think if they weren't okay, we'd be hearing screams by now. He just takes a swig.
Yeah, you're probably right. He kind of looks over at the water. He's really nervous about that deep, dark black water, and just worried about stuff coming out of it. And he's envisioning more alligator logs attacking them. And
If you're worried about logs, you could always go up and join them. All right.
Merrick leans over the side. He's like, Ronnie. Oh, sorry, son. Sorry. You and the captain should come on up, tie up the boat. We're going to be staying here for the evening, I think.
We're staying here?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. There's a young man here. You should get to know him. He's crazy.
Meet your new friend.
Okay.
Captain Sunkist throws out a rope and ties it to one of the legs and climbs up the rope ladder.
Yeah, Ron will climb up hesitantly behind, but come join everybody.
Yep, you see the
Merrick
same
helps
thing
him
everyone else does.
So,
Hi. Ron waves to the boy.
This young man is Luke. He doesn't speak too well.
Okay, hi. My name's Ron. Can you wave?
In Sorcerer, the Dagon of House the Born, though shall unliving unlife life scorn.
That's nice.
That actually made sense. Kind of.
What's your name again? Luke, is it? Luke? Yeah? Nod.
When he stares at you, that's like a yes.
Oh, okay. Where's his parents?
This is as we found him.
Oh. Okay, well,
Share some of our log meat with him and just bed down for the evening. We'll be gone in the morning.
okay. Nice to meet you, Luke. Nice, hi. Ron's just kind of like, I don't know what to do with this kid now. What do we do?
All right.
at this point, Magnus bursts in the door. Ah! Much matter!
Toil's flushing in the background.
That pit stop's over with. Let's continue.
We don't travel in the night in the swamp.
What? We've been traveling all night. right?
No, that was Day.
It was. Hmm.
Yes, sir. It was Day.
Can never tell with these damned surface dwellers.
Love it.
Thank you, dwarf. Thank you.
All right,
Anyway.
so everyone beds down in this cabin. There, you guys.
Yeah, but
Um,
Ron's not gonna trust this weird talking gibberish kid. Okay,
Mhm.
so he's gonna be like away from him, back to the wall, and kind of like.
As other people kind of lie down, you see he kind of puts his book under his head and lies down too.
Eric
He's
grabs
got a
one of the. Eric grabs one of the bottles and goes outside and sits on the edge, looking out the swamp.
Okay.
So, can the kid follow orders? I mean, is he friendship worthy?
Seventh doth sons of sun the time rise to of eternity, and to knave the send cries.
He's gonna kill
Immediately.
him. Like,
Yeah. I immediately look at Ambara and shake my head.
I have no idea. And I'm gonna go outside with Merrick. This kid freaks me out.
Yeah, and I'm gonna follow her out there, and I'm like kind of annoyed.
Magnus is in there.
Ah.
Captain Sunkist is in there.
Talk to your new friend. Talk to your new friend. And I like go outside. Ambara, come on now. You can't detect crazy. You can't detect. You know.
No, I don't. There's
That's-
nothing magical about the way he's talking. I didn't feel anything inside his head, not the way I did with Felix. I just think he's talking strange.
Dagon, Merrick, Dagon.
I
Anybody?
have no idea what to make of this.
I think we've been here long enough that some of that shit started making sense. That's why I'm out here. He breaks open one of the bottles, passes to Elam. Have some.
I drink. Yeah, he drinks something. He hits it.
This is good. This is Red Dragon Crush. This is the good shit.
That's good wine.
This one says, bottled by Anara.
Ooh, that is yummy.
Aye, it is good. Supposedly bottled somewhere around here somewhere.
That is delicious.
It is. I have another.
Well, I don't know. Y'all got first watch. I'm gonna go put my feet up. Keep an eye
well,
on that little weirdo.
yeah, you're tired already. We just started drinking.
All right, you talk
I mean-
me into it. There's nobody partying in there, but I'm keeping an eye on him.
Aye, that'll be fine.
He's sitting next to Ron, and he's just like, the mother and stern of child lifeless found heralds evil of night a time unbound.
Ron's like, you don't say. That's a great story you got there.
The on descent shall evil of night the land at near the signs of Hexad, when this hand.
Oh yes, the signs of X-hand. Yes, I know it well.
Can I write down everything he's saying?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna write down like each one of his.
sure. I'll give you this whole thing. I'll put it in the Zoom chat for you.
Sweet.
Okay.
Wish I could use mending on his brain.
I wish I could use. Wow.
Just don't try to shield it.
Yeah, right.
That didn't work too well last time.
Wrong. I think he might be some sort of seer.
Do you think so?
Yes, I've heard of
Do seers mumble? Maybe mumble?
what?
Seers mumble?
His ears mumble?
Seers.
Oh, do seers mumble? Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, no, it's fine. That voice, in the microphone.
No. Um,
I don't know if he's all there.
yes, I think that might be part of being a seer.
Guess it makes sense. Luke, what book do you have there?
You see, it is a book of children's rhymes and fairy tales.
So he,
And
like-
it's got the same inscription as earlier.
Okay. So does he show it to me, or he just kind of like holds it up or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
What was the brother's name again?
Marcel.
Marcel. Okay.
Well, if he'd let him, Ron would probably want to flip through the book.
Yeah, he lets you. He gives it over no problem. Just hands it to you.
Okay. Okay, Ron will just flip through it, kind of see what he's reading, and I say I don't think I have any books with me. I could trade him to let him read a book. Just like, here's book, you go and trade.
Oh, you definitely have a copy of the history of Markovia.
Okay, then why not? He can read through that if he wants.
Yeah, he'll read it. You give it to him, and he kind of just starts
We'll do
flipping
like
through.
a rental program. We'll sit here and read each other's books.
Yeah, and he goes very quiet when he's reading the book.
Okay. Ron will be like, okay, whew, nice talking gibberish. Is there anything in particular about this book that Ron's reading, or no?
They just seem to be normal children's rhymes, stories.
I think you should come with us, seer.
Are you sure that's a good idea, Magnus?
Of course it's a good idea. I had it.
No, okay, if you say so. How could you talk to our friends about that? Just kind of sheepishly goes back to reading the book.
All right, so we agree. He comes.
Okay.
Captain Sunkiss just kind of shrugs. Whatever.
Don't we like not have any more room in our boat with all these alligator bits?
Well, it's gonna be a tough fit, that's for sure. Tight fit.
Right.
Especially with the
It just means somebody's gonna have to sit on top of a gator carcass. I mean, come on, it's fine.
Can Umbara make any sense of these things he's saying?
No, they're real jumbled. Like, you can try to rearrange some of the words, but she'd only get out of it what you get out of it by rearranging the words.
Okay.
She's not gonna unlock some hidden code. There's no, like, hidden cipher or code as far as she
Right.
can tell. They just appear to be jumbled. Like, if you took a poem, and you scribble all the words, and you just presented it to somebody.
Okay.
as the night goes on,
Mhm.
Magnus is eating like the best part of each ration.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, oh.
As he sees you eating, he'll eat like what you don't want. And he'll just... But he doesn't start eating until he sees you eating.
That guy.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah. I went through all the
Outside.
Halloween candy. Here's the ones I don't want. There you are, business.
Outside, Merrick is pushing Red Dragon Crush on Elam.
Yeah,
I
and
drink
Elam,
up.
no, yeah, and Elam is slowly getting drunk, and I kind of look out. I look out at the lake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see the lake from here. It's just some trees in between.
And it's just dark, right?
You can see the moon kind of reflected in it, but there's a lot of clouds out.
As dark as the inside of a wolf out there. What are we
That's,
drinking again?
Here, toast.
Hey, all right, back at you.
How do you know how dark the inside of a wolf would be?
Well, it's kind of an expression, but it is dark in there. You know, wolves, notoriously, sinister, have a sinister connotation. And
You have a lot of superstitions from your land.
you think so?
Well, you seem
Seems
to
that-
have one for every occasion.
I do. Well, it was looking back on it now, I see how isolated we all were, and I'm not sure. I miss it. I miss it a little less every day. Does that make me a bad person?
I don't
No.
think so.
Because I will confess, I'm having the smallest amount of what I suppose is fun out here with
You're
y'all.
having fun.
Yeah, something different, eating something different, pissing somewhere else. Instead of over there, it's over here. I'm trying over here next time.
Nearly eaten and stabbed by a kraken, getting nearly turned into creatures by Dr. Fran,
Yep.
getting turned into puppets and having our souls stolen.
Yep, I saw a puma.
So much fun.
I mean, it's exciting, And what we're fine. We got all our arms and legs for the most part. Magnus is crazy as a shithouse rat, but I get the feeling he was like that before he was nearly killed 4 times. So, But yeah, it's weird. But I'll tell you, I don't like this kid. His complexion, his color does not look good. Maybe it's all I don't trust
Just a
people that
child.
pale.
Well, I mean, understanding your background, I guess that kind of makes sense, but do you get any vampire vibes from him?
Other than the color, no. He appears to be eating this food, drinking this water. So, probably just a malnourished child left entirely unsupervised, dozen feet above a terrifying feeded swamp. So he'll be fine. That's why I'm getting shit faced tonight. We're partying tonight. That's what's up. That's what we're doing.
Enjoy
There
that.
you go.
Me and Merrick are bonding this evening.
Oh, great. Glad I'm not included in that. Thanks.
I'm bonding with you. We're bonding right now.
You're sitting right here.
I didn't mean to negate you offering to have you sit in the boat, by the way. I feel badly about it. I'm just saying we'll rush toward the danger. But you can handle yourself. You lightning bolted the hell out of 20 gators last night, so I still haven't quite figured out how you're doing that.
Magic.
I know. I need me some magic. Can I
I've
get it?
never actually learned any of my magic. It's kind of just happened.
Ronnie's going to school for it. You didn't go to school for it?
No. I have had magical abilities since, well, for as long as I can remember.
Well, and let's be honest, higher education is overrated. I think you're living proof, and I respect that. You just do it.
Right. She doesn't know whether to be slightly insulted by that.
Or just look at Magnus.
I think education can be a bit of a crutch to some, where experience is a teacher to all.
There you go. What he said.
Does it ever feel weird that the world isn't rocking? Seems much too calm here.
Well, you are used to the ocean. And
Aye,
generally,
The point.
aside from earthquakes, the world doesn't normally move.
That's just so boring.
And most of us live.
That's just so boring.
To be fair, once I left my village, it was very strange to not see trees everywhere. Not be completely surrounded by them, and to not sleep in them. I didn't understand that people didn't have houses and trees. It was very strange.
It should have been pretty disconcerting to be on the sea then, with nothing in sight.
Oh, yes.
On any horizon.
Thankfully, that wasn't my first time on the sea, but the first time, it was very strange.
I could imagine. It's all I've ever known. I mean, as a child, you grow up being cabin boys or rope monkeys. Just running around doing all the little work. You're tarring boats. You're bringing in nets. You're mending nets. You're swimming constantly. It's like you're a fish half the time. Some of us more than half the time. But I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Speaking of half the time, that
Oh,
thing that you did
It's
with
quiet.
a kanga,
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you mean.
you know, when you got angry and like you changed.
Well, that was the whole time with Okanga. I was angry the entire time.
Yeah, but I think Elam can attest.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
I like how this is just coming up now.
Well, things have kind of happened since
Yeah.
then, so
It was tense.
yeah.
Merrick grabs the other bottle and just starts.
Is that why you were so, I guess, defensive with the broken ones?
About men who are also animals? Aye, a bit. It made it a bit uncomfortable. Where I come from, it's not as problematic as it seems like here.
Yeah, has he explained this whole plane thing to you? There's like our world, and there's like another one. And
Yes,
like
I
another
understand
one.
planes.
Oh, okay. All right. So he's explained that part to you. It's weird because it's like not here, but it's kind of like here, but it's not.
Yes, it's another realm of existence, yes.
Aye, yes. Much more civilized. More
Keep
technology.
saying that.
I mean, civilized is a it's a problematic word. I agree, but we do have things like lightning rail, which is really cool. It's like ships on rails that sail on lightning. We have flying ships, which is what
We
I
have some of
enjoy.
those.
Yeah, they use balloons.
We do.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Few
Like
and
one
far
errant
between.
bird will pop it and you fall.
Well, you have protections, but I see your point.
Nah, well, still, it's a bit of a change. And yes, I am changing the subject there. So, lightning rail, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Well, before the subject completely changes,
Shit, I shouldn't have said anything.
like,
Can you do it again right now?
Hey, what's that? Change?
You turn into an 8-foot tall purple. What's it?
that's
It's
not
not
what he
so
does.
Purple, no, that's not quite the thing. It's not exactly a party favor, but I guess it could be a little bit more self-explanatory. Fine. He chugs the rest of the bottle, tosses it out into the swamp, stands up, and he's like, it's no big deal, really. There's a lot of types. We call ourselves shifters. Each one has a ancestry, if you will, from different realms and animals. There aren't a lot like me. And he shifts, and you get a more defined white kind of pate along his front and grayer on the back, and his teeth kind of grow out a little bit longer and sharper. His eyes go all black, and he takes on a very smooth, like his skin looks smoother than normal, like. And he takes off his hat, which he hasn't yet, and the hair comes with it, and he has no hair. He's like, I'm more from an aquatic family. We trace back to sharks in a way, so I take on this sort of feeling. It's a positive thing in where I'm from for sailors. Makes it easier swimming. Not too many of us drowned, if you know what I mean.
Makes sense.
But he puts his hat and his little hair back on. It's like, it's a little strange here when people look at you like that when you change, and especially when people like Elam go all speciest.
Well, now I meant no offense.
That's only because you didn't know.
Well, that's true. I'm from a 2-horse dirt farm, middle of nowhere. Nobody turns into anything other than what they are, as far as I know, till they all turn into vampires. We talked about that, so I'm very impressed with this. With your party trick. It's pretty cool and kept you from drowning. which is important. Obviously,
It does. It is.
you know.
It gives me a few other things that I can do. I can track very well. I can sniff out the scent very easily. A few things here and there, but I don't need it that often here.
Well, wait. So, how the hell did you get here then? If you were from there and the light rail and all that, did you trip and fall, and you woke up and
No. I was part of a trade envoy. We landed in the Sword Coast looking for materials that might be specialized for your realm that we could bring back to ours. I heard about the magic metal found in a mine in Findalen, and I went there to see what sort of properties it had, if we could start importing it. On the way back, I met you fellas.
Sword Coast might be like the one thing he said that Elam maybe does recognize. Yeah, it's like maybe everybody has heard of that, right? Lindy, is that crazy? That's not
Yeah, no, pretty much everyone has. Everyone where you're from. Oh yeah, Sword Coast, Waterdeep. Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sword Coast.
City of Splendors.
I should like to see that before I shuffle off this particular coil here.
Well, if Master Magnus makes it to his fashion show, we'll all be in Waterdeep at some point.
I actually would like to get to Waterdeep as well. I've got someone I'm trying to meet up with, but it doesn't really seem to be working, so...
I don't think we're going to be going there anytime soon, but I don't want to tell his lordship there. He'll take it really badly.
I don't think he would actually believe you, to be fair.
That'd be true as well.
Well, needless to say, Marek, I don't think you're strange. I mean, I think you're strange,
Thank
but
you.
not because of what you are, if that makes sense.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Some people have a hard time separating. But I appreciate that. And he looks over at Elam.
Ember, like, squints at Elam.
Listen, you are what you are. I think it's great. I do have one question though. You're holding on to Magnus's money, right?
I'm keeping it in confidence for him, yes.
Yeah, you working him? You charging him points?
Let's just say it's more mine than his by now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Little
know how
Ronnie
that
gets to keep his, though. I feel bad stealing from the child.
works. Yeah, don't grift the kid now. You got to
No.
draw the line somewhere.
But his
Really?
lordship has more money than sense. So let's try and even it out.
Is he really as rich as he says he is?
I mean, have you seen him?
It seems so.
He's well dressed. I mean, you know.
Impeccable fashion sense.
If he's faking it, I would be surprised.
You don't become that oblivious to the world being poor.
So true.
Poor people are generally quite world savvy.
You don't want to get stepped on by the oblivious rich, so you learn to watch out for yourself.
Let me tell you something. I think he took on a head because that gentleman has lost control of his vertical hold. If you know what I'm saying, he is
I don't know what you're saying.
he's got a big hole in his screen door, Ambara. You understand what I'm saying? He's you know, missing a few buttons off his shirt.
I think he's trying to say his ship's missing its bilge and it's starting to sink.
There it is. There it is.
Right.
I like that one.
He has a few screws loose.
There you go. Well, he's fucking crazy, and if you worried,
I like him, to be honest with you.
Let's cut inside. What is Magnus and Ron doing?
I'm like looking at him. I'm like peering over.
Yeah,
him.
yeah. What is Magnus doing inside this hut? I assume you've eaten all the best parts of all the rations by now.
Yes, I'm done with that. And then I suppose no, introducing him to how to serve me.
Okay.
Yes.
How are you going about that?
Let's see. I'm just like seeing how well he follows commands.
Uh-huh.
Like, wave your right hand.
He tilts his head to the right.
Close. I like it. Well, you were learning. We're learning.
Introducing him to how to serve me.
Keyword right there.
He's like,
Oh.
the on descend shall evil of night the land, at near are signs of Hexad, this when hand.
If he keeps saying that while he's trying to be taught, Ron's gonna write it down
Mm-hmm.
onto a pad that he's got with him.
Yeah,
And he's
you've got wizard's notes.
tally it
Wizard
every time.
notes.
Like, okay.
He seems to say that verse the most.
Ron's gonna sit there and try and see if he can figure out what that is, whether if he can or not, if there's any reference. But if not, he's gonna just have it down and be thinking about it.
Every
Like-
time you ask him, he just repeats it in different jumbles.
In different jumbles.
Yeah, it's the same exact words every time, but in different orders.
Interesting. Okay. Ron will just probably think
That's impossible.
something's odd about this kid. He's a loon.
A little bit.
But maybe there's some truth to what he's saying. Just don't know what it is yet. So Ron's gonna sit there and try and do a little bit of a word. Scrambler.
He's playing Scramble. Scrabble.
Yeah, he's Scrabble. he's trying
Word
to.
Scrabble.
Yeah, he's trying to fix the words to see if he can find some pattern in it. But it probably take a long time. But that's what he's gonna occupy himself with. He's like, and he just keeps moving words and trying different sentences.
Okay. Yeah. So eventually y'all wind down and fall asleep for the evening. Who stays awake for watches? That's nothing bothers you guys. Like, you need to give me the watch order. This house appears to be pretty safe. Very well lit. If any of the lanterns start to get low on oil, he gets up and he scrambles and he tops them off to make sure they're still brightly lit. The next morning arises bright and early and cheerful, and you guys are ready to head on down to the town, which you don't think is too far away.
Alright. Come
Alright.
along.
You all fit in the boat. He does follow you. As soon as everyone walks out, he follows down into the boat. He does have to
Nice.
sit on the alligator carcass, or the excuse me, it's not an alligator, it's a log. The log carcass of what is left. But it's mostly just log hide and some log bones at this point. As you guys have eaten most of the meat.
I'll try to teach him how to sew.
Okay. He follows. He mimics your movements.
All right.
Um,
Just something to do while we're on the boat.
yeah, for sure. So he'll mimic your movements. If you get him like a needle thread and some fabric, he'll do exactly what you're doing. And you guys cruise down the river. It's not too long before it runs too shallow, but you see that it clears out up ahead. You see the tree line, like where it ends, and it just kind of turns into some tall grass, low marshlands. The boat can't go any further. The water is too shallow, but you think you see smoke kind of coming up from maybe some chimneys, and also up ahead, like, it's kind of hard to tell because the sky has gotten a lot darker. It appears that a storm's a brewing, like our episode title.
Is that a storm out there? I see.
Yeah, the clouds are getting darker and kind of swirling ahead. You hear like the occasional rumble of thunder, but it's not started raining yet. It's just real
Good.
dark.
The captain, do you think we should find shelter?
Well, if we're close to the town, we should probably get there. We'd be best off in a building if it's gonna storm, and not in this beached boat in a swamp.
Okay, well let's go. Let's go. I don't want to be caught in the open with that.
Aye, that'd be not a good idea. So you guys get out of the boat. It's muddy and it's a little swampy, but you don't get mud past your ankles. Maybe a little bit up, like a couple bit splatters on the shin up to the knee in a certain space. Like if you step wrong, it's muddy, but you're able to reach to the kind of like it crests up a little bit to get like out of the swamp a bit, and you see below you a town.
Oh, civilization! Oh, I hope they have a bathhouse.
Well, I mean, how big of a town is this we're looking at?
It is about as big on the map as I'm showing to you guys. So
huzzah! Hello,
let me
ma'am.
see if I can
That's actually pretty decent.
show everybody. Ooh,
Like
oh, man.
tripod size.
Make the map bigger. Come on, map. Let's go.
Marias de Tarascon.
Yep, there's a little sign. You guys are coming up. You're on the north side. It's not the north side. Like the maps. You guys are coming out of the swamps, which is on the north side of the map, which is not the actual, like, mappage. So, you notice the thing closest to you guys is a church, and there appears to be a bunch of people there actually.
A bunch of people at the church.
Is that the number 1 on here?
Yep, that is number 1.
Oh.
Is it church day?
Appears to be a little chapel.
Looks like a bunch of people at the church.
Well, look, services are going. Look at this. Now, let me tell you something, guys. This is oddly familiar territory here for me. Look at this. What a quaint little burg we have over here. This is lovely.
Why don't we go in and say hello?
I don't know. I mean, I hope they're friendly.
We can't go there right now. I look awful.
Magnus
Oh.
has some mud on his boots.
All right, their motto is "Come as you are," so all are welcome. We all just go on in, stick our heads in. Ronnie, a little churching would be good for you.
Okay.
Impressionable soul looks like yourself.
Merrick just starts walking into town.
All right, you walk down to the churchyard, and you see that everyone's dressed in dark colors. Solemn faces kind of turn as you guys come out of the swamps and look at you. No one says a word. Some gaze curiously, a few suspiciously. Some people appear to be in mourning. But they very quickly, they don't like stare at you guys. It's more like you get some curious looks before they look back and return their attention to the priest, which is standing over a coffin wrapped with heavy chains. The priest has a very big booming voice and it echoes throughout the whole churchyard. You guys can hear as you kind of come down. Friends and family, we gather to mourn the untimely death of Jeremiah DeGris. Let us take comfort in the fact that he goes to a better place, and let us pray that his eternal rest is peaceful and without incident. Jeremiah, you'll be missed, but you will not be welcome here again. Depart this plane and go to the next world with our blessing. You hear at this point from the coffin, and like there's a kind of pause, and then he keeps going on with his liturgy. The villagers all kind of flinch, but they quickly regain their composure, and the coffin kind of rocks back and forth a little bit, and you hear,
I want to look at it with my divine eye.
okay.
While he's doing that, can Ron whisper to whoever's nearest him, "Is there somebody in the box?"
Well, usually at a funeral like this, they just have lemon bars or something, but I don't think that whoever's in there is dead. And
But
so,
no, do remember that the Vestoni woman did tell us that they can't bury the dead for 4 days. Perhaps this has something to do with it.
All right.
Can't bury the dead for 4 days. Wouldn't they be smelly?
If they turn undead,
Oh no.
rip your face off, pal. Worse.
so perhaps that's
The eyes
an
go like
undead in the
Oscar
coffin.
wide, like
Are there any like villagers near us?
Oh yeah, if you walk up to them, there's a bunch. Like there's plenty of villagers here.
Yeah, I want to walk up to one of them that's like in the back where we are,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of quietly, hello, oh, are there noises coming from that coffin?
Yes. Are you? He kind of looks sure he's facing you. Can you not hear?
No, I can. I just don't understand why. Is the person not truly dead?
Kind of. It looks real awkward, kind of. As you ask this question. The poor man. Well, he's come back from the dead.
Oh,
Probably.
and you're not gonna do anything about it?
We are trying to put him to rest.
After that, are there going to be lemon bars and coffee in the fellowship hall?
We do have a small table of refreshments after the service.
Appreciate it. I'm sorry for your loss, by the way.
So, do I sense undead from within the coffin?
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay.
Is this something that happens regularly in your town?
Yes, the same guy. Or you ask somebody else.
Same guy.
Okay.
I'm
because-
kind of
wait,
standing behind Empire.
He kind of like shuffles. He's kind of like shuffles more towards the back of the crowd, like back, so as to not interrupt the ceremony. He goes, "Well, you see, there has been a strange things going on recently. There was a few people in town. There was 9 people within the past 3 weeks. Their sudden deaths happened. They were alive, they were walking along, they're dead. And then, very quickly afterwards, they came back up, but as zombies.
Has this happened in your history before, or is this a new development? You
This
said
is new as far as we know.
so. You've never had undead but come back before.
Well, there's the Lord of the Dead, and he kind of crosses his hands a little bit and does a little sign, but he is in the swamp. We do not go into the swamp.
But none of your villagers have come back as undead before.
Not recently, no. Not within my lifetime.
How does one handle that sort of thing when you're not allowed to bury your dead for 4 days?
He kind of gestures to the chain. Like it's not like thin chain. It's like chain wrapped and bound coffin.
Well,
Today is day 4.
Mm.
Ah,
Excuse me, is this normal here?
No, but it's waiting 4 days. Yes, but not the undead part. There's been the sudden deaths are very frightening. We are
so I hate to
stuck.
seem insensitive, but is there a tavern nearby?
There is the Full Moon Inn. It will be now that everything is closed, as if everyone in the village is here for service. But he kind of looks over at the preacher, and you see some pallbearers kind of picking up the coffin as it's shaking and moving. Ceremony is almost finished, and then everyone will go back up and open the businesses.
Ah,
The
Thank
Full
you.
Moon Inn has beds and rooms to rent, drink, food. It's a very good place. It's where the people passing through from not around here typically stay.
that is us, yes.
I could tell. We know everyone here.
Sure.
Sorry for interrupting.
Ah,
Just
yes.
kind of steps back.
That was he's fine. Kind of goes back to the services. You see them kind of carry the coffin out. You notice that there is no like the cemetery here isn't a graveyard. You don't see a hole dug for them to lower this coffin into. You see that it's all mausoleums and like above ground crypts. And you see them take it this to one crypt, looks like a family crypt, open it, put the coffin inside, and then they seal the crypt. They lock it with chains. And then everyone kind of trickles back into town, and you can see veils are being removed, and, you know, that kind of thing. Jackets taken off. There is a snack table You can see kind of in the entryway of the church that has what looks like croissants and lemonade.
It might be time to change your death rituals.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing. I think I like lean over to Ambara and be like, "Why don't they just burn him?"
You know, I'm not sure. I think it's part of the law of the land.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not allowed to bury them for 4 days. And then after that, they probably can't burn the bodies. They have to bury them. I'm making guesses here. I have no idea.
Can we go somewhere where we can get a bath? This is boring.
They said that everything's closed for the service. All these people are all the people that live here.
I know. So inconvenient. How dare they?
Eat a croissant. Put some butter on it, right there.
Croissant.
Oh yeah, it's all free. Come on, you got a buffet. You're not taking full advantage of it. Get one of those and 2 of them and put them in your pockets.
Just start putting food in his pocket.
Okay. You guys clear out the snack table, and then by that point you can kind of see that down in the village, the people have gone back to their pretty much everyday life at this point.
Is the church pretty or is it gross?
It appears well maintained.
What's a church? What's it a church of?
Give me a religion check.
Oof, I'm not religious.
Neither am I.
Oh, I am proficient in religion though, so.
Proficiency helps. 14? You're not sure. It appears to be like it's got kind of a symbol of a crescent moon with like a star like right in the center of the crescent. You're not sure. You've never seen this symbol before.
Clearly, they worship the sun and the moon as powerful gods, and they make a mean lemonade. It's not too sweet. It's not too bitter.
It's a good lemonade.
Yeah.
This is somber enough for me. I prefer naval funerals. Say a few nice words, dump them in the water. Quick, easy, done. I'm going to the inn.
All right. Yeah, you're
Turns and start walking.
easily able to go to the inn. It appears to be that they're opening it up and kind of getting back into everything, like they normally would.
Well, while we're walking through town towards the end, though, is there any defining features of this town that strike us as odd or funny?
A lot of the town is kind of built up off the ground, which might strike those of you who've never lived in a swamp before as odd or funny. It appears to be crawl space or stilts underneath every house. It's not like super raised, as it's kind of on higher ground, but they're all raised a good several feet up.
Okay.
Why do all the houses have feet on them?
There you go. Now you're picking it up. Now you sound like me. Look at this. I'm rubbing off on him. It's a good question, though. Seriously, I don't understand why all the houses are on stuff.
Because it's a swamp.
Oh, Magnus, because it's a swamp. Floor's wet.
What?
Floor's wet. They build the houses high because floor's gross.
It
Swampy.
could get wet if it rains a lot. Flooding.
Yeah, full of gators.
Logs.
By this time, that sparks a reminder, Ron. How close is that storm?
The clouds have gotten darker above head, and you can kind of see like flashes in the distance. No rain's falling yet, but the sky is dark and swirling.
I hate to be the bearer of doom and gloom, but can we go inside now?
Yes, we gotta get away from those logs.
All right. So the inn is number 9 on your map. It is a nice, charming-looking inn. It's not too large, and it's called the Full Moon Inn. But the picture on the inn is, you see, it's got the moon, but it's kind of a little off shape, and then you see like a guy peeking around behind it, like he's looking over his shoulder.
That's humor.
So you guys enter the Full Moon Inn. You see that it has been pretty recently opened. There's a young lady sweeping. It appears to be a husband and wife and daughter kind of talking behind the counter. They look related. So, and you see that there's a small stable next to it as well. No, nothing in the stable, but it's there. One of the barmaids kind of comes up to you all. She goes, "Good day there. How can I help you?"
Good evening, young lady. Listen, I will have some of your local ale.
All right. What about the rest of you lot then?
I'm buying. Anybody else?
You have any hard liquor?
All
I
right.
have rum.
We have whatever I drink with. What did we drink last time, Mary?
They won't have the hooch. I'm sorry.
Oh,
All right.
Have any
He's just
schnapps?
We'll have milk for the young man, by the way.
All right, we got a lovely goat's milk in today.
Don't worry, Ron. I'll take care of you. Rum, please.
Rum. All right. Got the rum
bottle.
milk. All right. What about you two then?
Just water, please.
Water. And for you, sir?
Whiskey, please.
Whiskey. All right, we can get all that. If you could just have a seat at a table, I'll bring it all right out for you as soon as I get it all poured. Okay?
Before you head off, we'll
Yep.
probably be needing rooms for at least a day or two here.
Oh,
Are those
sure.
available?
Yeah, we can get that all arranged for you. I'll just come over with some keys and we can talk about, that kind of stuff. We just get
Aye,
to drinks
thank you.
first. All right. And she kind of goes off.
is there
Starts
any other
pouring some
patrons in
drinks.
this place? Is there anybody else?
You see one man sitting at a smaller table with a stack of papers, and he appears to be filling them. He's got little
Alright,
glasses at the end of his nose.
Ron's gonna go away from them. He's gonna dart off the opposite direction and find a booth.
Yeah, there's like a big kind of like corner circle table booth.
Cool.
Yeah, you all fit there.
As a young kid who's kind of shy about other people does.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have the gibberish talking one with us.
Yeah, he's with you guys. He is not left.
How's he dealing with this place? Does he said anything to
Nope.
anything weird?
He's just been walking around. He kind of mutters a verse of the poem every so often.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And he didn't do anything weird at the funeral.
No, he's just quiet. Just following you guys.
This kid freaks me out.
He's weird. Yeah, there's something not right with this kid. But
He's a seer. Like,
obviously. Yes.
All right. So, within a couple minutes, she puts down the drink. She gets a big tray. She kind of swings out. All right, then I got your drink. I got your whiskey, your water, your goat's milk, rum, and beer. And she kind of hands them all out to you. And you said you were needing some rooms for tonight. We've got 4 rooms available. Our 5th one's currently taken by another customer. She kind of leans her head over to the guy writing papers.
How much are the rooms?
Oh, rooms be 4 copper a night.
I don't have any money.
But some of us still have a bit. I'm sure his lordship would be happy to.
If you get all rooms, all 4 of the rooms though, because there's a lot bit of you. I don't know how much y'all bunking up or anything. I'm not one to presume, but if y'all wanted all 4 rooms, then instead of 4 copper a night, I can probably get it down to, 1.5 silver.
We'll take all 4.
All right, 1.5 silver a night for all 4.
All right. I'll go ahead and, here's a gold. We'll just be staying as long as we need to. We'll keep it tab
Right.
running.
Yeah, we'll keep this tab going, and all the drinks be on it too. And I'll let
Exactly.
you know when you hit halfway on your tab.
Thank you.
Would
And
y'all
bring
need
me the
anything
bottle
to
of
eat
rum,
then?
please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She brought a bottle out.
Oh,
Or
okay.
another bottle. She brought
I'll
you a
make it-
glass, and she poured it a glass, and then she set the bottle down
Okay,
with you too.
good. Smart
Do
girl.
you
Mm-hmm.
have any fruits, vegetables, bread?
Oh yeah, we got tons of that. We've got some fresh baked
Porridge.
croissants from the bakery right down the street. Louise, Mr. Can makes the best pastries. Oh my gosh, they are to die for.
Well, I'll take anything that's not meat.
All right, sure. What about the rest of y'all? We've also got
Like something
some
with
hard
meat, please.
lemonade too, if any of you's interested. It's a local specialty. Got a lot of lemons up north.
What was it? What's a local specialty? One
Hard
more time.
lemonade.
Oh, hard lemonade, guys. Anybody?
Yeah, let's get one of those.
I can bring you
Yeah.
out a pitcher.
Yeah, please.
All right, then I'll bring some extra
Ronnie
glasses
needs something
too.
sweet to drink.
All right, and any more food besides
Yeah,
besides
try
the
out the
lady
local
here?
thing. Yeah, I'll have the French dip. And what was your name, young lady?
Oh, my name's Kaffa.
Coffer? Coffer? Coffer?
Kaffa.
Kotha.
Yes, that's it.
What a lovely name. Well, let me tell you something, darling. You are pretty as a pie supper.
You charmer,
And,
you.
So you run
Is
on
she
back.
pretty as a pie supper, or is she kind of just... That's the question.
She's kind of a like not super. She's like a rosy cheeked, kind of slightly plump lass.
Mm-hmm.
She's cute. She's not like, oh, she's gorgeous, but she's cute.
Elam would like to cough a feel.
Katha.
Hey.
Yeah, so Katha, kind of
Small town girls, what are you going to do? He can't help himself.
Tell me.
And so she brings you guys back like a kind of a pitcher of the hard lemonade, and a basket of croissants, and she brings back some extra, like some fruit pastries for Bar as well.
I slide the pitcher of hard lemonade in front of Ron.
Ron slides the milk down to the other kid and grabs the...
And I don't notice any of that because I'm watching the waitress. Going, I'd rather
Ron's gonna
watch her
drink.
walk than eat fried chicken.
Ron's gonna take a big old gulp from the pitcher.
My God.
That's Ron on the shoulder. There you go, my boy. Enjoy.
Poor
It's
Ron.
actually not. It's like, well, it is a hard lemonade. It's not like, it's smoother than the cordial was.
Oh, okay, perfect. Then Ron just drinks it.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that'll sneak up on you.
He's gonna be passed out in a minute.
He's just gonna enjoy it and drink it.
Yeah, the inn is warm and clean. It's still kind of muggy because it's just the outside temperature, but it's pretty cheerful in here actually. Oh, speaking of which, I need to change the music.
Well,
I had a headache just thinking about it.
while they're sitting there, Ron's gonna mention to the group, did anybody notice the whole like dead master thing? Does he mean there's like a giant undead zombie thingy?
Sure.
What did you say?
He's talking about. Ron mentions about the meeting with the group at the funeral. He mentions something about the dead master, I believe.
The
it was.
Lord of the Dead.
Lord of the Dead.
Mhm.
Ron's gonna kind of look at the group and be like, "What's a Lord of the Dead? Is that like a preacher, or is that like a large zombie, or what's?"
Generally, it's like a necromancer or a lich or a mummy or a
Wasn't less,
zombie.
wasn't the good Dr. Fran the Lord of Pain?
The Master of Pain.
Master of Pain.
What's
Ah,
with
same
them their
thing.
weird names out here? Well then, I've read a little bit about necromancers. I don't think we should be here long if there's a necromancer in town.
Well, we were just in the Swamp of the Damned. I think we'll be fine.
They give
Nothing.
colorful names to this stuff to get the tourist crowd in here. We're here in the off season.
Elam, so far we've been to 2 different places. One we had carionettes trying to kill us. The next we had men and beast things trying to kill us. Now we're in an undead land. I expect them to try to kill us.
He's not wrong.
I am easily comforted by small town life, I suppose. This place, this is lovely. They look at this. She's smiling.
They had an undead
They're
creature.
bereaved.
in a coffin.
They're very upset. They knew this man their whole lives. He's come back to life. Listen, that's all I'm saying. I'm trying to enjoy my lemonade. Y'all say undead one more time. I'm gonna throw up. I'm just saying.
Undead.
And at that, she actually comes back. She's like, because you lot seem real nice, so I figured I'd bring back. You seemed real interested in the local specialties, a lot better than a lot of folks who come through here. A lot of them are right rude. And she puts down a little tray, a very small plate, with there's a licorice twist. Looks like hand-pulled licorice. There are exactly, there's enough pieces for each person to have one. She goes, now, I already told you about the peccaries, but I didn't mention that Miss Louise she also makes licorice, and it is to die for. So figured you should try it out too, since you're interested in local bits.
Oh, honey, guys, local candy. Now, let me tell you, this is where things go up a notch, because when you hand make licorice, thank you so much, darling. Just you'll never. It's unlike anything you've ever had. And Elam like takes a big old bite of
It
it.
is soft
That's
and chewy and very licorice, and it's delicious. It's tasty.
Before Katha runs off, Merrick's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
I hear there's a port nearby.
Oh yeah, there's one about to the north. Port. Hold on, I'll get you the name. I forgot to write it down before we started.
Okay, that's fine. How far away is the port?
The port, it's a couple days travel. Port de El Hur. It's hard to say.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Port
great. I like
de Hur.
places that name what they offer.
Yeah, and it's a couple days journey north. It's on the northeastern part of the island. The rest is all swamp. You don't want going there. It's right nasty. It is. And but I wouldn't be leaving soon. The road's a bit marshy, and it looks like it's gonna be storming out there. I
I'm
wouldn't
saying we're
recommend.
stuck here for a little while.
I'd wait out the storm. It looks like a right nasty one. Sometimes they blow through here like full-on hurricanes.
Well, we better head out soon, though. We have a fashion show to get to. In Waterdeep.
In where?
In Waterdeep.
I've never heard of it. But there's a lot of places I haven't heard of, so it doesn't
Does the
surprise me
word-
much.
Does the word hexad mean anything to you?
Oh, what?
Hexad.
Hiccups, like.
Never mind.
All right. Well, if I can answer any other questions, I will do my best. But I don't know a lot of foreign things. I grew up a little bit of ways away, but then I moved here, and I've been content to live here ever since. The good Gerald, the innkeeper, he's a right nice man, and he pays me my fair wages, he does, and gives me room to sleep in, and I'm perfectly content to live here.
I like watching you talk.
Keep it in your pants, kid. All right, so I'm sorry. I'm a sailor. I say rough and crude things. It's better.
We
to
get
have
sailors
it
that come through here all the time.
Why would sailors be coming through here if the port's north?
The port is north, but sometimes they get a little turned around on which side of the island they come in. It's really hard to navigate these waters,
Fair enough. All right. What about a blacksmith or something?
Oh, yeah! Oh, so let me tell you, if you guys are new to town, I should probably tell you all about what's in town then. So,
Yes.
you've got Miss Louise, she runs the bakery. Mr. Marcus Bordell, he's the carpenter in town, and he's, builds a lot of cabinets and furniture and a bunch of other things. We've got the caretaker, the cemetery caretaker. He does all that stuff after the priest is done with them. We've got the Constable Gremin. He's got his cottage. It's kind of like his office. The jail's the shed next to his house. So don't do anything that'll get you locked up. But there's not many laws. Yes, you'll be fine. And let's see what else we've got. Well, if you want to talk to someone real weird, there's Mr. Mordew. He's kind of the town eccentric a little bit. He's real weird. I don't talk to him much, but he's got lots of weird stuff to say. There's a general store, which is run by a lovely dwarven couple. It's very sweet. There's the blacksmith, Mr. Geordie. He does all the work at the blacksmith. There's, of course, the church. The cemetery, the old cemetery. We don't go to the old cemetery, though. It's been locked up for the past century. Then there's, of course, the lord of the town, Mr. Tarascon himself. He and his two brothers. She kind of looks at Luke a little bit. I swear, if I didn't know better, I'd say that's one of his brothers right there. But, yeah, they live on the plantation manor some of the time, but they got a townhouse in town, because sometimes they don't want to be out on the plantation.
What's their names?
Oh, well, there's, Gene. He's the one who's currently in charge of everything after their poor brother Marcel passed on not too long ago. Probably about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, he passed on about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, real tragic it was. No funeral, though, as far as I know. At least, I wasn't invited, but again, I am considered peasantry comparative to the Lord. So, maybe they buried him at the plantation. I think they got a whole family crypt out there.
And he has a brother named Luke, I believe.
Yeah, I think he's the youngest one.
Okay. Thank you.
And he didn't have like a colorful nickname, anything like the Duke of Death or the Lord of
No,
Destruction or
just
anything like that.
Lord the Tarascon. There's also the tailor shop, if you're interested in getting some new friends.
Very interested.
All right, well, Levi's the tailor. He's right nice.
Well, I'm just about, my pants have just been sheer charmed off. I just can't even tell you. This is just the most delightful little place. You ought to set up an Airbnb kind of a thing, guys. We, go into business, get some of this sailor traffic coming through,
Elam, we're not staying. We have places to be. I mean, you're welcome to stay if you wish.
No,
Honey,
he's not.
I appreciate you. I'll have some just a little glass of ice water. Thank you.
Sure thing. And she'll go off and get some ice water.
I'm just saying it's charming, okay? Which it is, okay? Inarguably charming. Now they have a problem with the dead rising from the grave, okay? That's an issue. Maybe that's something we can help out with.
Did you notice she said that the old cemetery hasn't been opened in a century?
I did notice that. That was a bit.
Concerning.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm drawn there for some reason.
For some strange reason.
Why are you all talking about this town's gossip? We're going to be leaving here tomorrow.
As you say, while you talk about this town's gossip, she kind of comes back with that glass of ice water. Now, again, I wouldn't leave tomorrow. It looks like it's about to be a bloody hurricane outside. Have you looked outside the window? It's right awful. But if you're talking about stuff, gossip that's going around in town, let me tell you what. She kind of pulls like a chair over from like the nearby table and sits down like on the back of it. She leans it. About a little over a week ago, Francois, a local fellow, you probably wouldn't know what, he fell dead right here in the common room. Just,
No.
I was taking a break in the kitchen at the time, resting me weary feet near the back door, and I remember, just before people started hollering on in the common room, I got a whiff of some awful odor blowing in from outside. It was like some kind of rotten meat. Not that we serve any here, mind you. Oh no, Mr. The Mrs. is a stickler for fresh food. But, it was worse. Luckily, I've got quite a strong stomach and disposition. In fact, I was just about to go outside to find out what could be causing this awful odor when the screams began. And then I saw Francois was being carted off to the church to be buried. Poor bloke just dropped dead right in that seat right over there. And she points over to like an empty seat and like a small table in the corner. It's a little dusty. And she says, I forgot all about that awful odor for just, for a few days. But then, old Fiora, she's the mother of a kid who works for the Tarascons. Her daughter does the mending for them. Anyways, she's mentioned she smelled it too. So, you stay here tonight though. There's just been some weird stuff going on. I'll just make sure, you lock your door.
Now,
Everyone in the village
did you
does now.
smell
They
this
used to.
before?
No, it was first time. It was right strange.
And she said she smelled it at the same time?
Oh, she smelled it a different day. A few days later. Like 2 days ago, she said she smelled it.
What did it smell like again?
Oh, it was just awful, like rotten, like something rotten meat.
Like undead?
Yeah, I guess maybe. Not that I've ever smelled one of them before.
Ron's eyes go nice and wide, and he's kind of looking at the group like, we should get out of here. We should get out of here.
It's the strangest thing. Poor Francois.
That's a hell of a thing. Not the kind of thing that usually, happens.
So we're leaving tomorrow, right, guys?
She's literally said quite a few times that there's like a hurricane going on outside.
Looks like it. Have you looked outside?
Ronnie.
If you
That's
look
fine,
outside
you
the
know,
window, it's
Little wind and rain didn't hurt anybody. We
It's-
should go.
the wind is picked up a bit and the clouds are kind of more roiling black.
Ron, the last time we said that, we ran into a soul kraken.
They
Ron's sitting
make
there
their own
contemplating
liquor.
the cogs turning, like, I'm trapped. I'm trapped.
They probably hand pulled taffy, Ron.
What's
gotta-
heavy?
It's delicious. And when the weather clears up in the morning, we are just gonna sample all the local, treats. You are gonna love it.
These sorts of storms don't blow through that quickly.
We'll probably be
for
here
a
a
few
few
days.
days.
And it might take a week or so for the roads to dry out.
A week?
Possibly, sir. Yes.
We have been in worse, guys. Come on now.
Ron's crestfallen, so he keeps drinking more lemonade.
I was just about to say our luck has turned around finding a place like this, and we're going to be stuck here for a week! Another drink, please.
Oh, sure. What would you like, mister?
It doesn't matter.
All right, I'll surprise you then.
She is cute as a speckled pup under a red wagon, let me tell you.
Aren't you married?
I was married, Ambara. Thank you for bringing that up. I was, until my wife and child were usurped into the horrifying
Evil cult of
clan
the dead.
the Cult of the Dead. Thank you.
But she's still technically your wife.
But it's until death do you part. And if she's undead, that
She's
means she's
undead,
dead.
that's-
Merrick, thank you. That is exactly what I said. I signed a document to that effect.
Do you have to die to become a vampire? How does that work?
Literally, I think you have to die first, and then you become a vampire. Then you're undead, and that puts you in death, and so there you are, do part.
All right, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
I was this close to enjoying myself.
Embara,
have
the
my
ruiner
licorice.
of fun.
Oh, no.
I can have a lively visit with a pretty young thing jumping around this place, and I'm charmed by this quaint township we find ourselves in. So sue me if that's wrong. Well, for loving black licorice and cute waitresses, then lock me up.
Sorry, Elam. Sorry.
We have been at sea 4 days. Y'all are not gonna ruin this for me. And he eats his French dip.
Okay.
It's like a big, mean, rude, like eye contact bite.
Okay.
Looking at Embara while I eat my roast beef. It's got the au jus. You dip it in the au jus.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Also, Ron, I need you to make me a con save as you've been drinking this hard lemonade.
Oh yeah, he's drinking that hard lemonade. Yes, 5.
Ron is tipsy.
Nice.
Magnus, she comes back with it's a regular looking cup, but you see like a creamy liquid inside.
What is this?
It's a drink, sir. You said you didn't care what it was. It is
milk.
surprisingly delicious, creamy, and smooth, but you get just like the hint of some kind of spiced liquor.
I'll have another.
All right then.
Can I have one of those? They look good.
Of course, make it 2.
All right then.
Merrick looks around the room. Are there any musical instruments sitting up? Like, do they have like a place where, like, maybe they have like a house lute or something like that sitting around?
So there appears to be a lute in the corner. It appears to be fairly well played, as it's not at all dusty, and you see that there's like a stool next to it that gets frequently moved. You notice that what you assume to be the innkeeper's daughter kind of keeps like looking over at it, and mom's like, you get like the little washcloth like not till you're done with your chores kind of thing. You can basically lip read it. Not till you're done with your chores.
When Katha comes back with everyone else's White Russians, I'm like, is there a name attached to that lute over there, or can anyone play it?
Oh, anyone can play it as long as they're not right awful. It drives the Mrs. Henrietta in a fit if it's just like We don't let kids play with it. But
It's been a little while since I've played, but I miss having a lute around.
oh, sure, you can. If you know how to play, you're not like just going blah 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 blah.
No, I've been trained and played for a long
Okay.
time. It's been a while.
I'm sure Lillian, she kind of gestures to the innkeep's daughter. Lillian would love to see you play. She's kind of taught herself how to play. But typically we don't get many folks who pass through here who know how to play.
Aye, that's fine. I'll walk over to the missus and to the young woman and I'm like, excuse me, I pardon me.
Of course,
I was told that,
we believe you are staying the night. Cather has informed us.
at least tonight, maybe more. We've got 4 of the rooms. Would you mind if I strung a tune on the lute over there? It's been some time, and I miss playing occasionally.
Of course not, monsieur. You may play the lute as much as you like. Maybe my daughter Lillian will learn a thing or two from you.
It might be a bit before I get my fingers back, but I'll try.
You're fine. She appears to be. She knows, like, she keeps seeing how many, like, things you guys keep ordering, and she's like, oh no, you can play the lute.
All right, I'll go over and pick up the lute and check it over, make sure that it's in tune.
Yeah, it is. It's actually in decent tune. It's a simple lute, but it's got some like little blue flowers painted on the bottom, and it appears to be. It's not like a high quality, but it's in tune and it appears to be well maintained.
I'll try and play a song on it. I'm sure I know I'm going to roll a bad number on this one, but
you're
gonna do great.
I am proficient.
All right.
And I can't use dexterity for this, can I? Do I have to use charisma? I'm not planning on singing. I'm just planning on playing.
We're gonna go with charisma for this one, just because it's your aura.
You're killing
But
me.
you have proficiency.
You're killing me. Or I'm going to be killing everyone's eardrums.
5.
Yep, see, I told you.
Dexterity wouldn't have saved you much when you roll it 2.
I would have made it a little bit better.
A little bit better.
I'm sorry. It's been a while. This is it's not like
Oh.
my.
It is fine. Just keep going.
No, that was freaking horrible. I'm sorry. I put punishment for everyone for having to listen to this. I apologize.
Is there a cat dying over there?
I will kill you, Magnus.
Oh, he sounds great. Let's do another one.
I throw a dart and like hit the mug that
Yeah.
that Magnus is holding.
Lillian kind of goes over and she kind of picks up. She has like a little piece of music. It looks like she made it herself, and she goes,
Oh.
Do you think you could try to play this?
I will certainly try.
Your fingering
be-
seems right. I just think you need a
I've been out of tune for some time. I'm not out of practice. I apologize.
You're fine. And she kind of holds her finger up like one moment, and then she kind of runs up and she pulls down a second lute. This one looks a lot more finely crafted, maybe and very old, maybe like some kind of a family heirloom. And she goes, "It is a duet. We must play together."
I will do my best. That's a beautiful instrument you have there.
Thank you. This has been in my family for generations.
Well. At one moment, and I walk over to the table, grab the bottle of rum, walk back, drink down like half of it, sit it down like I had to lubricate the old joints there. I think I'm ready.
All right, and now you can use dexterity.
Oh, now I can use it.
Now you can use it. Yeah.
For every beat of this, Elam is watching every moment of this and just loving it.
So give me that performance check.
Performance or just roll loot?
Oh yeah, you can roll loot. Yeah,
Okay, that's
Sorry.
what I rolled last time.
you can roll loot.
All right,
Loot,
it's
loot.
gonna be lower this time. I feel it. Nope, not
no,
bad.
you did pretty
Not
good.
bad. I'll take that.
It's hard to get much lower than that.
You had to loosen up a little bit. You had to like practice your fingering on the strings, and
It's
now
always important in a bar.
yes, it is. And this is actually a really pretty song. You kind of play like it's like an intertwining melody that kind of comes back and forth and kind of ebbs and flows. It makes you think kind of like waves on a beach, or like the tide coming in and out. Just the way the melody goes. And she plays along with you. She plays rather well, and you get a couple quiet claps from behind the bar. And the gentleman who is nose deep in his paperwork kind of looks up and gives a nod and then goes back to his paperwork.
Thank you. I just felt like playing a bit. It's been a while, and I saw your loop there, but that was very pretty. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. I do not often get the chance to play with someone.
You should play more. You're very good at it.
Thank you.
Encore.
I'll go back to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
She goes and puts the nice loot upstairs.
Yeah, sorry about that first song. It's been a while.
Yes, you do seem out of practice. Perhaps we should buy that loot.
That's a good idea. I might look at the. I might speak with the carpenter and see if he makes them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Merrick, looking out the window, why don't you give me, like a sailing check? This'll be for the weather.
Okay.
Alright, so with a 17, kind of looking out the window, because you guys are in a corner booth, you have a window, you can kind of look out. After studying it for a few minutes, it looks like it's coming from the north. And so it's kind of sweeping through your place you want to go to. But it doesn't look like it's going to hit here today. It looks like it's going to hit full force tomorrow, and it's only around lunchtime. So if you guys want to run around town some and do some errands, you won't get wet today.
Hey everyone,
But it does look like a really nasty storm. It's just slowly
looking
coming
at
down
it so
south.
far, it looks like the storm's going to hold off for at least until the evening. So if we want to explore the town, it might be our best option before we get wet in tomorrow. I'm sorry, Mr. Magnus. It's coming from the north. We could never get to the port. This is going to be a real slobber knocker, as they say.
Katha,
Oh, yeah. Yes, love.
is there a bookstore or a library anywhere here?
Afraid there's not a bookstore or library there, though. Mr. de Tarascon, though, I think he's got some books, maybe.
That's the Lord, correct?
Mm-hmm. You have to take it up with him. I think there's also a couple books at the church.
Ron,
Is
Ron-
Lord
The Tarascon? Yeah.
Yeah. Is he in town today?
Jean? I think so. I think I saw him in town. Usually, everyone came down for the funeral.
Well, then I believe that's where I'm headed.
All right, then.
Ron's thinking the same thing though.
And
Bookstore.
I'm gonna head on off to find Lord
Lord de Tarascon.
that
She called him, Jean.
Jean. Jean Valjean.
That's
Jean
what I
de
was thinking.
Tarascon. All right, where is everybody else headed? So Ronan and Bar are going to go try to find the Lord and talk to him. All right.
So it's morning, right?
It's like 11 a.m. Yeah, it's fairly early. Lunchtime.
So and Katha is working downstairs. I think Elam chats her up.
Okay.
Finds
Can we
right.
out
also bring Luke with us?
Yeah, you can definitely bring Luke with you. He'll follow you guys.
Yeah.
Fine. I suppose we can explore the town a bit. Maybe you'll get lucky and die like one of the locals.
Your lordship, sir, I'm going to be going to the blacksmith and the carpenter if you'd like to tag along with me, or you can go see the other lord.
There's also the tailor shop right next to the blacksmith and carpenter shop.
I mean, you're being a lord and all. Maybe you want to go speak with one of your own ilk.
If I must.
So Merrick's gonna go to the carpenters and the blacksmith trip. Magnus is going. Is he gonna go to the tailors or to try to speak with the Lord as well?
Actually, I'm just gonna go to the blacksmith first.
Okay, to the blacksmith with Merrick.
This damn lord. I'll do it at my own convenience.
Exactly. You're the prince. You're not a lord. You do things on your time. Obviously. And then Elam's gonna chat up Katha.
I think it just stays in the inn like lobby, drinking iced tea and visiting
She's very chatty.
with this young lady. Tells her all about who he's traveling with and what they've done and this weird little kid they picked up. Sweet boy, but
Yeah, she'll have a lot to talk with you about. You'll actually get a lot of info talking with her. So
As we're walking out, Merrick just lays 5 gold down on the table in front of Elam, pats him on the shoulder.
y'all have a
fun.
great day. Bring me back some of that licorice.
I think you'll be you're eating here free for a while here. I think you'll be fine. Just tip the girl well.
He's from another plane. Can you believe it? A plane. You know what this is? Like
Yeah,
a plane?
like you've got like a plateau and then a plane. Like he's from a different plane.
No,
We're
it's
on
like a whole other.
like a water table. I know the water table here is high. That's why we don't bury the
Right.
dead, because they just pop back up when it rains. It's real
Oh, right, I
nasty.
know, I heard
That's why
about
we've got
that.
the Mausoleums. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but this is like a whole other world, like with lightning rails.
No.
And, oh, I'm telling. It's
What's a lightning rail? I know what
It's like
lightning
a-
is.
it's
And
like
like
a
a
train.
stair rail made of lightning.
I guess it's. I don't know. It's like a train that rides along, and then he was traveling, and then
Wow.
he's blue, and it's
Ooh.
a whole thing. It's a
Sounds
fascinating.
crazy. I don't believe it.
No, but I tell you, I'm more comfortable in places like this. You know, just
It's real nice here, I think,
it's
isn't it?
it is lovely.
And so with Elam chatting up Katha, chatty Katha, we're going to wrap up today's episode of Mists of Ravenloft. So everyone's about getting ready to being in a town for the first time since the campaign started, getting basic necessities back, like rations, some backpacks, weapons, tools, like kind of things maybe they lost in some of the shipwreck. It's a perfect opportunity to do so, and maybe there's some strange things that are happening in town at the same time. Who knows? That could just be crazy talk. I'm sure that prophecy that the Vistani lady spoke of has nothing to do with the omens that she saw in future stuff. It's gonna be great. So let's go around this optimistic, happy bunch in this happy little village where nothing's gonna go wrong, and say who we are, where we can find you, and what your favorite part of this evening was. We're gonna go in the same order as we did earlier. So we're gonna start with Ron.
Ron, Shiny Pilot, playing me here, and boy, a lot of information gathering tonight. So I guess the favorite part was just learning about this crazy little town we're in and that creepy little boy. And I'd like to see how things are connected, because something's not right. That's about it. Just looking forward to finding out more.
What was his favorite part?
No, that was the favorite
Oh,
part.
just
for me.
learning? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just learning.
Cool. And your shiny pilot. Cool. All right. Magnus Deepshaft.
Yes, D20 coup de grace. Let's see, favorite part. Probably like when we were just heading into the little house with all the lanterns.
Uh-huh.
Like Elam was like, for some reason, hey, does anybody have to go to the bathroom? And I was just like, yeah! That's what I gotta do.
Stop.
Yes.
Awesome. That was a pretty good moment.
Always fun. Thank you, and can't wait to get back into it.
Yes. Civilization. It's like you guys don't even know what to do. It's great. I'm so happy. Speaking of so happy, Ambara.
Hello. I am at Nuggetosaurus on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm here on Tuesday nights, and then Wednesday through Sunday, excuse me. I'm on my own channel doing variety streaming. My favorite part was when Ambara and Elam were like, so Merrick, that thing that happened.
Yes.
And then, I don't know if it was like Elam remembering or Travis remembering, but oh yeah, that's a thing that happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that cracked me up. Yeah.
There was a lot of good moments. That was definitely one of them. The both of you going like, bing! Oh yeah, Merrick. So Merrick, why don't you tell us about that? Speaking of great moments, we've got Mr. Elam D. Wood Jr.
This was great. The longer I talk, the longer it is before Michael gets to go to bed. So my favorite part was when oh, I don't know. Anyway, I love this. It was the Ambara and us bonding on the dock, and like so many of these, it takes me. My favorite moment was everything I did in this game after about the 45-minute mark. Took me a while to get into it, and then once I'm in the zone, it's pure bottomless joy. And I love these people, and I love that I get to do this. And thank you, Lindy, for having me. And I can't wait for next week. I haven't seen this people who want to role play this badly in a stream. We're like dying to do character work at this point in these games, and it's great. We've hit a wonderful stride, and I love it. Thank you for having me.
Excellent, excellent. And we can find you online at Travis Bowles, and it's super great. You should check him out. And last but most certainly not least, Merrick Tenpenny.
Hi, I'm Deception Check. You can find me on Laugh Love Lindy's channel tonight. I also do a short-term Call of Cthulhu stream on Encounter Roleplay at 2 o'clock Eastern on the Encounter Roleplay channel. It's a lot of fun. It's called Pendragon's Legacy, I believe. Yeah, I don't know the name because I'm just keep waiting for the shoe to drop because something crazy is going to happen, and it hasn't quite happened yet, but it's going to. We also do another stream on Fridays, not this Friday, but most next couple Fridays after this Friday of Mouse Guard. That's a lot of fun. We have some of the best 8-bit mice you can find. They're awesome. And my favorite part tonight, other than trying to keep Michael up just a little bit past his bedtime, is bonding with Ambara and Elam as we talk about Merrick's issues, which was kind of entertaining. So thank you. This has been a ball. Thanks.
Excellent, excellent. Of course, I'm Lindy. This is my channel, Laugh Love Lindy. You can find me on pretty much all the social medias at Laugh Love Lindy. This episode will be on YouTube next week. Check out the YouTube if you want to watch all the previous episodes. They're up on there. Super duper fun. We've also got all the other little things that I do going on there. Yeah, super duper fun. I can't wait. I think my favorite part was y'all freaking out about Luke. You're like, oh no, what's this pale, spindly kid doing in this swamp cabin with like 20 lanterns here?
We don't trust anything.
And then also you guys kind of just being like, oh, we're in a blessed tavern in a civilization for the first time in weeks.
11, 13 episodes.
Yeah, it's been a while for you, for your characters too. I mean, you've been shipwrecked, you've been taken over, possessed by dolls. It's been a lot. So check it out there. We're gonna go do a raid to Scraticus because if you like Ravenloft, they're running Curse of Strahd right now. So I mean, spooky to more spooky. And just thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching. We will catch y'all next week for more super duper fun Mists of Ravenloft. Bye.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.